actually always really loved doing backstage interviews because it could let me do some of that, even if it was just subtle little reactions to things. Whether you're working with a heel or a baby face, obviously those little nuances change very much so. And I loved doing that. And it's bothered me how difficult it has been for me to like tell agents, to tell people I'm working with, that I'm like, please get me some like acting auditions. That is what my background is. But they're like, no, you're a journalist, you're a broadcaster. That like no one ever puts me up for acting roles when like I'm very comfortable doing that. Like I would love to do more of that.
Right. I don't know why people box people in, right? Yes,
Fuck
you're
off with the boxes, right?
like
Get your own
you're
box.
right. Don't try to box me in.
Yeah,
Like
get out of
you're
my box. I
good.
don't even want a box.
Right. I think you're good. And I think like the term journalist too, specifically in like this world, this real insulary WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, like all that other wrestling stuff. I think it's like, I don't know if it's real journalism. And I know I might catch some shit online for this, but let's be honest, it's more subjective takes than actual like
100%. If someone calls me a journalist, I'm like, I literally played a journalist on television. Like I'm not a
right.
journalist.
Like to me, they're a journalist like Mike Lupica. Now, Mike Lupica was a staple in New York City newspapers when he would cover sports, right?
Okay.
So it's like, give me a guy like a Mike Lupica. That's a sports journalist, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like what you do is I like to call you a conversationalist.
Oh, I like
and
that.
and what you do is it's different. You're not breaking down the X's and O's of the minutia of something. What you're doing is you're having conversations, right? Like you had a conversation with Andy Williams, the butcher of AEW, and you barely talked wrestling. You know
barely.
what you talked about? Chicken wings and Maddie Matheson. Like, and that is interesting shit because it's like indicative of other people's personalities outside of just this thing that they're known for.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
to sit there and do that's incredibly cool. So I think you should go and sharpen your chops and really go out there. And even if you do some local theater just to get your foot
Wouldn't
back
that be
into
fun
like,
though? Like just for shit. I think that would be really fun. And I always feel I've honestly been saying this for years and years and years. And I'm like in a position right now where I'm like, it. I just want to do the shit that I want to do. And that's a thing that I really, really, really want to do. I've been saying it to everyone I work with for so long. And everyone kind of pats me on the head and says, yeah, we'll get to it. And they never get to it. And yeah, that's what I would love to do, even if it is just doing something fun like that. But also like, I don't know, what's the harm in sending me out for a couple auditions?
There's
I'm not
nothing.
going to totally botch it.
No, and if you don't get it, so what?
So what? Oh my God, I've missed out on a million jobs already. That doesn't bother me.
But the idea of having you in a Hallmark Christmas special really is a thing that needs to get done. Like it needs to get done. My brother watches them all summer. Like
Christmas
all
in
summer,
July, baby.
Christmas in July. He's a big Christmas in July guy. When I see him, I'm like, what are you doing? He's like watching Hallmark from the Harvest.
Sometimes you just need a little like feel good. You got to fill your cup, you know? You got to dabble in that space, whatever is going to make you feel good. I find that's the thing that I do. That's like what my Wednesday nights kind of look like. I will, obviously I check in to see like what John is doing on the show, but Wednesday nights, John's on the road and it's just me home. The baby's sleeping by 6:30. I'm like, what do I want to watch? What do I want to read? What do I want to do? Cause it's not like, when you're in a couple, you're married, you often just share the shows that you watch, or I reserve other shows until John gets back home for us to watch together. So when I can like really have like my me time, I'm like, okay, let's put on the licorice pizza. Let's put on blah, blah, blah. Like I like having those moments. It makes me happy.
No, I think that's cool. I love licorice pizza. Licorice pizza is very good. It was a good movie. I liked it.
Yeah, it was cute.
But I'm into stuff like that. But my thing is too, I watch what I like. And obviously I think we all know I sing it from the rooftops on social media. Like if Rocky is on, I'm watching it.
You love Rocky.
If Roadhouse is on,
yeah,
I'm watching it.
Dudes do have those. Like dudes have their Roadhouses. They have their oh God, what is the movie that John's obsessed with? The Keanu Reeves surf movie.
Point Break.
I
was watching that last night. I watched it twice yesterday.
Movie. It's a great movie. So good. But yeah, for me, my versions of that, you've got mail, if that's on anything with Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks in like the, early 90s, sign me up. Same with Julia Roberts. I'll watch anything Julia Roberts. and generally speaking, some Kate Hudson as well.
Right. I just got into Mystic Pizza. It was one of the things that
Cute, right?
it was adorable. I thought, okay, I like this. And then
Yeah.
it was then Pretty Woman. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, but I was always into Pretty Woman because we had like the VHS, right?
Mhm.
But I recently got into Mystic Pizza because I was like, oh man, I've only seen like Flatliners from Julia Roberts and like the Ocean series and Pretty Woman. That's it. Like I've
Oh,
never
dude.
like I don't
Watch
dive
My
into
Best Friend's
Julia.
Wedding. Watch
Okay.
My Best Friend's Wedding. That
All right.
is like a real prime piece of work. Also, Stepmom with her and Susan Sarandon makes me cry every single time I watch it.
I hear that's fantastic.
It's such a good movie. It's so, so good. And also at Mystic Pizza, I did not know that that was like a real place until I was working with WW and was on the road. And I'm like, wait, this is real? That's amazing. I had no idea.
Is it good pizza?
I didn't have it. I just drove by.
Oh, you had to get a slice.
Yeah, I didn't know that that was like a real place. But that was Julia Roberts' very first movie role, right?
Yeah, yeah. And
so.
then I think if I'm not mistaken, who was it? Was it Mel Brooks that produced?
Also, Steel Magnolias. Come on.
I know he saw either that or Mystic Pizza when he wanted her to do Pretty Woman.
Oh, okay.
So like it was
I wonder
like
which
that.
one. Yeah, Steel Magnolias. It's funny. I watched that. I mean, that's one movie I'll also watch any single time that it's on. But I watched that maybe a couple weeks after I had Nora, a week, or actually probably like the week after I had Nora. So I'm like C-section stitched up. And it's a scene when Sally Field, they're all at the funeral and she's like, you want to hit someone, hit her. And they're like crying and laughing. But I was like belly laughing. I literally thought I was going to bust a stitch from my uterus.
Tears.
I didn't, thank God, but I was like very stressed out. That movie's just so good.
I like Terms of Endearment. I think that's really good too.
Yeah, Terms of Endearment's really good.
Oh my God. You know which one too is another one, and it's not even a guilty pleasure because it's just one of those things that I enjoy. I will, and I don't watch the other two that were made after that, but Smokey and the Bandit one.
I've never seen it.
Okay, can we, I want to see if we can do this. We have to figure something out, right? Maybe what we do one night, we come on our YouTube channel live, right? Okay. And we tell people, hey, listen, since we can't stream a movie, you have to watch it with us, but we'll just tell you the time code when we start, and you and me watch a movie, and we have popcorn, and we talk about it, and we enjoy it.
If we were on Twitch, we could definitely do that because you can stream things on Twitch.
Ooh, does the session start a Twitch account then? Do we watch movies like Roadhouse and Mystic Pizza and do Friday nights with Renee? Do we watch stuff?
It sounds like a nice idea until you realize that you're like, I actually just wanted to watch some movie. I know. I don't want to give commentary during it. I don't want people watching me eat my popcorn. I just want to like enjoy the movie for what it is.
Now, I remember you were tweeting about it. Did you get a chance to re-go see Top Gun Maverick?
Yes.
What'd you think? I loved it.
Oh my God. I just left that movie like wishing that I was Miles Teller. I was wishing that I was Tom Cruise. I was wishing that I was oh my God, why am I drawing a blank on her name right now? Oh God. Jennifer Connelly. Thank you. I loved it. It was one of those things that it just felt so Americana. It was put together so beautifully. Tom Cruise looks like $1 million. Whatever work he is having done is so subtle and perfect.
Age is right.
It's great. Like, he's obviously getting like a little Botox, a little filler, but nothing that makes him look like a crazy person.
Right.
It's really nice. I think he looks good. I'm a fan.
No,
Miles Teller. Wow. Is that guy ever taking off, huh? Handsome man he is.
What a hunk that kid is. It was a great movie, and then how they dealt with Iceman's death and how they actually.
I know it's a little eerie though, huh?
Yeah, it was very eerie because I didn't know Val Kilmer had like throat cancer or he beat it, and now he's like it left him like not
apparently
being able
his
to
documentary is awesome.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, I've not watched it either, but I want to say it's on Netflix, maybe it's on Prime. But it's supposed to be really, really good. The whole documentary of just like him as like an artist is supposed to be really pretty special.
I want to peep that now, but because I was watching like YouTube clips because I go down this like weird rabbit hole of YouTube things, and I was like, oh man, I want to see this now. And then I seen him in Top Gun, and I'm like, yeah, man, this movie is
It
great.
was perfect. It was
And the
just what we all needed.
and the funny part about it was it's the first non-comic book movie to just be a monster hit.
Oh, that's
And
interesting. Yeah.
well, because that's what it is now. If you go, all these movies are like specifically CGI heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's green screen.
Yeah.
But I was watching a GQ interview with Jerry Bruckheimer, and he goes, there was no CGI in this. We had to develop cameras. We had to put cameras in these things. We
Wow.
brought them. We
Cool.
brought all the actors up to fly to get their
Yeah.
reactions. Like
Yeah.
this is what we did to make sure that this is what we wanted to do.
You couldn't pay me enough to get one of those planes, by the way.
Tom Cruise was adamant about no CGI. Did
Yeah.
not want it one bit. And he was like, let's just tell a simple story. Let's just have fun with it. And let's just do it. And I was
Well, you
like,
know, it's really
okay.
funny too, because yeah, it's so true. Like as we were just saying, we were just rattling off a bunch of these movies that just make us feel really nostalgic. They're just really well done movies. And yeah, nothing's done like that anymore. I mean, even though that movie
No.
was what, like 2.5 hours, I like a good 90-minute, but that movie did not feel long to me at all. And I
No.
had to see it essentially twice because the theater crapped out on us. But no, I just think movies aren't really done like that anymore, that can like take us to like that very like specific place you can kind of like drop into and just like enjoy that movie. You're not caught up in like, yeah, like insane fight scenes. I mean, as much as there were big over the top scenes of them like flying the planes and stuff like that, but there was humor, there was love, there was like the romance, there was like overcoming obstacles.
Well,
I loved it.
well, think of it this way, right? Like we mentioned Licorice Pizza, right? And yes, that was up for several Academy Awards last year. And honestly, it wasn't a big blockbuster. So
Yeah.
if you're gonna do these risk films like a Licorice Pizza, like people will watch them, but they're not heavily advertised like a Marvel film, like a Spider-Man No Way Home or in
Yeah.
like or
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, like in the Multiverse of Madness. Like these things are heavily because they have the distribution through Disney and all. They
Sure.
have
And
that
but
big
there's
money.
also something to be said about picking and choosing. Like I'll say for us, like us going to see Top Gun was the first movie that we've seen together in the theaters in probably like 2-3 years.
Right.
Because of COVID, because we have a baby, because we don't always have time to just get out and do that, we have to really pick and choose. So it's like, okay, Top Gun, yes, you have to go see that in theaters. Licorice Pizza, I can watch at home on my couch. Still gonna
Right.
watch it, but I don't have
see,
to go
but
to theaters to see it.
no, but see, that's the perfect example of okay, we're gonna what are we going to invest millions of dollars into when
Mhm.
doing a film? Like, yeah, I saw advertisements for Licorice Pizza, but I was inundated on social media and on TV
Yes.
everywhere with Top Gun, with all the Marvel movies,
Yeah.
with like anything like Thor, Love and Thunder. I am so inundated. Like I'm beat over the head with it. I go on my Twitter, I see tons of ads for it. I go on
Yeah.
Instagram, I see tons of ads for it. Facebook, TV, everywhere. You're not getting that for like a small artsy
No,
movie.
God, no.
And
No, no.
you miss out on that when you could say, you know what, I'm going to stream it later. Like I went to go see the Elvis film as well.
How was that? Because I'm dying to see it.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's a very kinetic film. The way it was edited, it was
Okay.
very well done.
Yeah.
It does tell a story. Now, am I the most biggest Elvis aficionado? No. So I don't know how true to life it was that he wanted to break away from Tom Parker. Because when you listen to Priscilla Presley talk about Elvis's relationship with the Colonel, he gladly wanted to give him 50% of everything. So I don't know. Do I think that they got it right when tackling a man who wanted to be more than the box in which he was painted in? Oh,
we
absolutely.
hate boxes around here. We hate them.
Oh my
burn
God.
The
Now,
boxes.
burn the
boxes
box
and burn the
down.
bras. Let's go.
But the thing with him was his formula worked. And people want to say in the movie, they were like, well, his movies never were really hits. That's bullshit. Every movie Elvis ever did made big returns because it was Elvis. But it was very formulaic. It was a rodeo guy, a cowboy, an airline pilot,
Yeah.
a millionaire playboy, whatever, gets into some shenanigans, falls in love. Girl don't like him at first. Then the entire movie's him trying to woo her. So he sings, boom, then gets girl. Everybody happy ending.
Oh, yeah,
That was all of them. But, you know, there was a range with him. I did like, I wish that they talked about more why he didn't get the role of A Star Is Born when it went to Chris Christopherson.
Oh,
Because he was originally
interesting.
supposed to have that. That was supposed to be his
Ah,
breakout, like his breakout acting role after like all these other films that he did.
can I tell you how excited I was to meet Chris Christopherson? He was at CJ and Miro's wedding. And John and I were like, excuse us? We had to get a picture with him. He's
Why was he
just like,
there?
uh, Miro is very good friends with his son.
That's cool.
Yeah. And he was there. And I mean, what a legend.
Oh my God.
Legend. Oh my
Oh,
God. You think of the songs that man wrote, the like moments that guy has been a part of, like, holy shit.
he's a bad when you want to talk about badass from an era that is such a bygone era. Chris Christopherson is a
Oh,
badass,
yeah.
man.
So cool. Anyways,
The
just had to
highway.
throw that little
No, I mean the
nugget out there.
Highwaymen. The
Yes.
Highwaymen.
Yes. I
Ooh,
know.
that's
Yeah.
the that's an album. That
I
is an
know.
album,
Yeah.
man.
He's just so damn. He did he write Me and Bobby McGee? I think he did.
I think he did. He
I'm
would write
pretty
a
sure
lot of
he did.
songs. Did you
Yeah.
ever did you watch that movie, or did you watch or listen to that soundtrack of that version of A Star Is Born?
No.
Get your tissues ready, because
Oh,
that ending,
okay.
that movie at the end, you will bawl your eyes out. It's very good.
I was
He
like, not that's not like the original. That is that like the first remake of it?
it's the so the there was so it's weird. There was a 1920s remake, then there was a Judy Garland remake,
Right.
and then there was the Chris Christopherson one, and then there was the Bradley Cooper Lady Gaga one.
Who played opposite Chris Christopherson in that one?
Barbara Streisand.
It was the Streisand one. Okay, got it.
It's so good.
What a
The
pair of powerhouses.
Yo, let me tell you something. I was never a big Babs fan, right? Never
Okay.
like I was never like, I'm good, whatever, right? I watched her in that years ago, and I was like, oh, I'm all in on Babs. Now I gotta watch. I'm going back. I'm watching Yenta. I'm going back and watching Funny Girl. I'm going back and
How
watching.
about Funny Girl being recast today with Leah Michele on Broadway?
You should definitely take a trip up here to watch that.
I would love to,
You
actually. I
should
would love to do that. Yeah,
do it.
that would
It's a
be really
great
cool. I
Funny
actually
Girl.
thought,
Funny Girl's
you know, it
great.
kind of pissed me off that I saw how many people were like talking shit about Beanie Feldstein in the role. And I thought, I
Why?
saw like a clip of her. People were just saying she couldn't hack it on Broadway. Like her lungs weren't up to par, that her voice couldn't carry it. Like it was getting like very nitty gritty Broadway stuff that like I don't know enough about to like really talk about. But I think people were just saying she just didn't deserve the role or something. I think she's super charming. I'm a huge fan of hers. So it makes me kind of sad that people were like so shitty. And then she left the show early. I'm not sure what the circumstances were there. And then I think people kept saying it was supposed to be Leah Michele, it was supposed to be Leah Michele, blah, 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 blah.
And then
And
Leah
now
Michele.
it
Yeah.
is. But yeah, I guess Broadway's a real cutthroat place to
Real.
be.
It's
I'm
just
sure.
like wrestling Twitter trying to get on Eddie Kingston for his body.
Stop.
Off.
Okay. I am so sick and tired. I didn't even click on any of that stuff because I saw someone say something. I was like, I'm not even paying this any attention because it doesn't deserve any attention. And I just cannot believe, like, guys, we are living in a day and age where like there's so many other things going on. Eddie Kingston is a bona fide star, no matter which way you cut it. The man is incredible. He is captivating. There is something about that man that draws viewers in, and people love him for a reason. We don't need Eddie Kingston to have a 12 pack to make him an amazing professional wrestler. He already has all of those skill sets, all of those tools. Off.
I want to see you wrestle Chris Jericho for 25 minutes.
Done.
And not be gassed out.
No, of course.
Eddie's not sucking wind.
No.
All right. I want to see you go and do half the shit that Eddie Kingston does. What I like about him, yeah, you named all that great shit. I just love how blue collar he is.
Yes. But that's what I mean. It's like he has this like je ne sais quoi tangible quality about him that makes people go, oh my God, this guy resonates with me. I want to hang out with Eddie Kingston. I want that guy to be like my first call if I'm like put up in jail. I want Eddie Kingston to be the guy that I'm using my quarter to call. And to me, like that's what wrestling is about. And even like, you know, people getting on Adam Cole. And the thing that I hate about it, the thing that I think I hate the most about it is how it becomes this public conversation where like it's not one person chiming in their opinion, whether it's from somebody within the industry or not. And then it becomes this whole other conversation where now it's trending on Twitter. Now
Yeah.
it's unavoidable to see it. And now you've ruined that person's week, month, year.
Yeah.
Go
And then
away.
you take it, and then I get out of the conversation where now I'm muting, like,
Yes.
everybody. Like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see it. And I don't even know who
I
these people are. And
hate
they're just
it.
popping up on my timeline. Like,
Yes.
yo, I said it a while ago and I'll say it again. The experts be experting.
Yes,
And
they
it's like,
do.
I said that in tweet once because I had enough of it, because I like Adam Cole. He's a homie. So I was just like, you can really sit on your soapbox and judge a man about his body when I don't know what your body looks like when you take your shirt off. Why don't you
And then
look in
people
the
be like,
mirror
oh,
first?
he's an athlete. He should be blah, 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 blah. It's like, and listen, I think that there's different conversations that can happen within that space as it pertains to professional wrestling and what our ideas are in our head of what a professional wrestler looks like. That does not exist anymore. That's not a thing anymore. And has not been that for a while now. So for people to sit back on these like old timey like rules and regulations of what a pro wrestler looks like is dusty to me.
Right. And here's what I think it comes down to more than anything else, right? I think it comes down to the tribalism of what set you rep. And
Yes.
the ones that are coming after, let's say, an Adam Cole or an Eddie Kingston, really wave the flag for one particular company, not AEW, right?
Yeah.
So, and you see like both sides, and it's not the performers, it's the
No.
fans.
It's
always,
never the performers. No,
never
it's
the
the
performers.
fans.
It's
And
the
like for
fans.
that to be the public conversation where it's like, God, and all of a sudden everyone's having this conversation about this. Like, I don't even like talking about it because I don't want to contribute to the fact this conversation is even happening.
Not like off, bro. Like,
Yeah. Get out of here.